Hi everybody, we're here at Grip Life Studio with a couple of my trainees that I've been so fortunate to train, and glad that they're here with me today. To my left I have Carrie here, and we have Tanya and Mike. So welcome everybody. So the first question that I have for everybody, how's everybody doing?
Great. Awesome.
Good. Most important part is feeling good, doing good, and staying alive, I guess. All right, next question. Breathe.
Now, those are all the reminders while we're working out, right?
Right.
Stop holding your breath. I can't hear you breathing.
Right.
I could breathe you exhale,
Yes.
but most
Does
important
anybody
is,
realize, like, did you guys realize that if when you suck through your nose really hard, she can hear you breathe, but if you breathe through your mouth, she can't, so she yells at you for not breathing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
every
does.
time. I learned that just on Thursday. She's like, breathe through your nose so I can hear you. I didn't know that was a thing.
Right.
Didn't know it was a thing.
You can hear me breathing through my nose.
Right. I was so shocked. I hold my breath all the time. And she's like, I can't see you breathing. Okay.
I know.
I
yeah.
always get confused whether I'm supposed to exhale when I.
Yes.
Right.
When am I supposed to exhale and inhale? But she reminds.
And then the rhythm, right? Like when
Yeah.
you're doing like if you're doing the curl to the press, right? And you're like, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe, breathe. Like
Yes.
there's so much breathing that happens, but she's always giving the steady reminders.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so to clear up for anybody watching, when do you inhale, when do you exhale? Easiest way to remember is inhale when you're just beginning the movement, exhale at your heaviest part. So say if it's bicep curl, inhale at the bottom, exhale to squeeze up. When you're getting ready for a shoulder press, inhale, exhale, press up. Squat, inhale to go down because it's easy, you're just going down with gravity, exhale to come up. So simple way to remember that. That's probably number one tip when working out, because you get so much power from your breath, so much more strength when working out. So the question probably everybody's waiting to hear, why seek out a coach? Why did you choose to do so?
I'll go. I just I thought she was very approachable. We actually talked off and on for 4 months at the gym. She'd come up and give me little pointers and things like that. And I just said, oh, she knows what she's doing. After a while, I figured out she's pretty good. She knows what she's doing. And I never had a trainer. And she just seemed approachable and really knowledgeable. And she had a sense of humor. And then she shamed me a couple of times. And then after that,
What I shame you with, Mike?
I was doing my planks, but according to her, planks are easy, and they are pretty easy for me. So I was doing them, and she walked over and she goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "Planks." She goes, "You're just resting." And then she showed me how to do the hollow and the Superman, and I tried them the next day, and they were like really hard.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't do them for a minute.
So Mike is really strong in his chest area because he likes to do these push-up challenges. So when I saw him doing the plank, I was like, Mike, you're not even challenging yourself. Like, if you're here to work out, work out. So reverse plank is also a great one to open up those shoulders and work your glutes and the backside of your muscles instead of just your abdominals. All right, Tanya, what about you? Why seek out a coach?
Same as Mike. Very knowledgeable, personable. I definitely remember our one-on-one conversation about nutrition. And that was my big deal as far as exercising and nutrition. And you just knew all about making sure you get your macros in. Me, I was cutting out the carbs, and you were saying you need that for energy. I'm wondering why I'm tired, because you don't have any carbs. So it was just that part in exercising, the exercises, getting lean. I can definitely tell a difference in how I feel and look. So thank you.
You're welcome. Did a great job, Tanya. I'm proud of you. Carbs are a big one for you too, Carrie.
Carbs are a huge one.
Yeah.
It's so funny because we'll go to work out and you know, like right off the bat if I haven't eaten enough carbs. You're like, oh no, go eat more carbs.
Go eat some pasta.
Right, I'm so tired. I can't get through the workout at the levels we've gotten before. But to actually answer your question, I decided that a trainer was important when we did the group challenge for adrenaline, and I was listening to Tanya actually talk about her working with you and the nutrition element, and then you started talking us through figuring out macros, calculating our calories, the good carbs and the bad carbs, which I still get wrong, but we're working on it. And all of those things. And I was so impressed with your knowledge and how easily you conveyed all of that so that everybody in our group understood. And there are lots of different personalities, lots of different understanding, and you were able to convey all of that to everybody, and we all saw changes and things. And right then, I walked, that Zoom call ended, and I went to my husband. I was like, "No, I'm hiring a trainer. End of story. Like, it's happening. It's a thing."
It was the fact that you could individually point out how much percentage we need as far as fat, protein, carbs, and then calorie intake, as well as how much exercise we should be getting, cardio, strength. It was just doing that individually. Each and every person that you work with, you would say, no, too many calories, let's take it down a notch, or your protein percentage is kind of low, let's pick it up a notch. So it was just each individual person that you work with, that one-on-one, and being able to give them that feedback. It was great. It was awesome.
So when you make the adjustments to your macros, what difference would you experience? Or did you notice anything different?
I noticed how I worked out, how much energy I had after, and then through my workouts, how I felt.
Okay.
So I'd like to go back to why I picked you as a trainer. Did she ask you guys for your goals?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty,
She make you write them down.
yeah, write them down,
Write 'em
send them
down.
to her, and then she challenged me.
Ask you why.
Yeah, I said, well, what's the why? And I told her, my wife's always doing, what's your why? And I said, you sound just like my wife.
Yep.
But she got it, that you gotta have a why, you gotta have a reason.
And the setup of the goals too, with not the I want to X, but in this time I am doing
Yes.
X.
Definitely.
Makes a massive difference. I've actually used that with my sister-in-law who's trying to learn how to do push-ups. And she was like, yeah, I want to do a full push-up. And I was like, no, in 1 month, you are doing full push-ups.
Yes.
And we're there. She's done 2 in a row.
That's awesome.
So we're
Coach
getting
Carrie
there.
here in the works. That's another wonderful point. Carrie wants to talk about it. 4th of July is coming up.
Yeah, 4th of July is coming up, and Naira has convinced me to go after an NASM certification to become a trainer as well.
I convinced you, or?
Well, so okay. Full disclosure, way back when I was young, I thought about it at some point, and we were talking through it, and she asked if I'd ever thought about training, and I told her that I feel like my attitude and my mouth maybe prevents that the right people would have to work with me, or I'd have to work with the right people, but no, I really enjoy working out, and I really enjoy the way the interaction works and the way she runs her business, and I could certainly see myself doing that. And there was some minor convincing.
Okay.
Just said, hey, maybe you should consider it.
You might be good
And
at
I was
it.
convinced. Yeah, it was a pretty easy convincing. But yeah, so 4th of July, I'm going to bite the bullet and go to the training.
That's great. That's awesome. I can definitely see.
And Tanya, what's going on with
I
you?
was just going to say, I heard that she was considering as well.
I'm studying. Yes,
Awesome.
I'm studying, but it looks like I'll be at your gym.
You know,
And
it's
you're
open
going to be
any
working
day.
me out.
We can work each other out, and we'll have Naira on Zoom to tell us to breathe.
Yes.
And remind us of our form.
It's the whole trainer workout, trainer panel. Experts in the works. Mike, have you ever considered becoming a coach? This is actually an interview to become
No.
a group life instructor.
Oh, I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that.
You have been duped.
The answer would be no.
Have
Why
you
not?
considered it?
No, I like someone telling me what to do, and I go do it.
Smart man.
Yeah.
I like that. Can my husband come take some notes from you?
But no, I never really thought about it. I do like to read about it and watch videos on forum and stuff, but
Yeah.
I just don't. My wife's into her own business, and I just see her not struggling, but always thinking about it, and I just don't want to have to be thinking about her all the time.
Fair
Okay.
point.
Mike's retired. He's
I'm
living the dream.
Oh, jealous. One day.
So from your training or experience working with me, was there something that just like blew your mind, or something that was like light bulb moment that changed your life or training forever? And Mike here, I've worked out with one-on-one in person, and Tanya and Carrie here have been virtual clients for a couple months.
I'll say for me, the light bulb moment was cardio versus strength. Naira incorporates cardio and strength, but she pushes strength because that's where the most fat loss is. So being able to understand that cardio, you're actually exerting a lot more energy, and why she incorporates strength into her program, I'm like, oh, that's why I'm not just doing all of this cardio. So it was that was my light bulb moment there.
And if we could zoom in on Carrie's shirt here, or Carrie, if you could read it out for us.
Oh, it says lifts heavy, ages gracefully, and avoids cardio. Because who wants to do the cardio?
So there's a time and place for cardio, and definitely cardio is important to help improve your cardiovascular health. But if you're looking to gain more strength, increase your muscle mass, you'd want to lay off the cardio. And if you're trying to lose fat, you are better off increasing your muscle mass, because muscle tends to burn more calories. So you're better off in the long run just improving your overall body composition than simply just on the treadmill or reducing those calories to try to get thin. Because yes, you could burn that fat off real quick, reducing your calories and increasing the cardio, but then you might not look toned, you might look stick figure and be like, well, I don't like how I look now either. So goals and why you're doing what you're doing is very important too. So Mike, you've never struggled with nutrition, you would say, right? When you came to work with me, you're like, nah, I got that nutrition part handled.
Yes, that's true.
So what would you say the most important reasoning was to work with a trainer for you?
I think I wanted to not get injured. I kept getting injured. Little things, like little elbow things here, and it would take 5 months to heal, and I'd be hefting. But that was, I think I told you my number one goal was, I just don't want to get injured, so I can keep doing this as long as I can.
Have you gotten injured?
I'm 63, and I feel pretty good at 63. I want to keep doing this until I'm 75.
Look at that, yeah.
You're 36.
So really, I really wanted it, and shit. What I learned from you was form, and how to isolate muscles. That was the big moment for me. I remember the first time we did the press, and she had me hold my arms like this, and then I tried to go up, and they wouldn't go up, and I go, whoa.
Yep.
So it's just little things like that I've taken away. I said, oh, I never really realized that. So she's really into she's very structured. I mean, pretty structured, and teaches you the right form, and I like that, because I was always into, maybe I'm doing the form wrong, that's why I'm getting hurt.
Yeah, because most times, and Tanya realizes this too, like when you're trying to, say, hold a plank and your hips might be high, it's other muscles that are compensating than the ones that we're trying to work out. Say in a plank, when we're trying to use the shoulders, keeping the core strong to stay upright, then once you start to fatigue, then your hips start lifting up to try to make it easier, then it shifts focus and takes it away from exercising the muscles that we're trying to go for. So those muscular compensations. So when I was working with Mike and we were doing shoulder presses, but keeping that neutral grip, it's a different mobility and flexibility of the shoulders to press it straight up overhead than to have those shoulders out wide.
I guess the other thing too is I've actually gotten into stretching before I work out now.
Yeah.
She sure taught me some things well before we started training. I started doing it, and I go, oh, but now it's in my routine. And I actually look forward to stretching out first and just not jumping in there. So she taught me that, or just explained that, and I've taken it.
So if there's one thing you could share with others who are considering a coach, or they're just struggling with their fitness or overall health, what would you say to them?
Better talk to Naira.
I like her.
I think you have to realize that you don't know everything. Like, I've lifted off and on my whole life, and realized working with you that there are things that I don't know. I didn't realize that I had knee stability issues. And day one, you picked up on that and you're like, okay, let's go backward and let's kind of start building these things. And then, you know, locking out arms and form. I mean, you can watch all the videos in the world and you can think you're doing it right, but somebody else's opinion and somebody else's sight goes, oh, you need to this weird little wobbly thing when you squatted. Do that again. Okay, do that without weight. Okay, do that. Oh, no, we gotta work on that, right? So all the little things that I never would have picked up on because I'm not critiquing myself the same way you're critiquing me. And I think that's the important key, right? So if you're plateauing, if you're stagnant, if you're not enjoying your workout, whatever, that outside view is extremely helpful in getting over that hump.
I liked your reaction, Mike. Is there anything you'd like to add on to?
Sorry, I knocked your videos.
No. I like that. She picked up on little things, and I like that because I like what you were saying about her. That's why I said I like someone telling me what to do because I would think I'm doing them right. Like in between the sessions, I think I'm doing right, and I come back and I'm not. You know, she corrects me, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But I've been lifting for a long time, but I realize that I don't know everything. And it's just easier if someone can tell me what to do.
Right, it's a little different. Like watching a video is one thing. You have to repeat what you're watching on the video.
Yeah.
And in my own head, I could go, oh yeah, I did that exactly the same way that they did it. And then you have somebody like Naira watch you do it, and she goes, no, you missed this piece, or you didn't breathe here, or lock your elbow out, your bicep should be by your ear. I hear that one all the time. I'm really bad at the elbow lockouts. So like it's all those little elements where I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. But then I don't quite have it. So it's those extra little elements, and form is so big to reaching your goals.
Sure.
I don't think I realized just how important that was.
Mine was the burpees. When like doing a burpee, planting both of your feet down so that your core is engaged as you're lifting yourself up from your squat up into the air. And she would catch it every time. She's like, fix those feet.
Yeah, because you could just throw your body down like you see in CrossFit, and they're just like pummeling themselves to the floor. Or you could keep everything engaged, locked out, so you help avoid injuries.
Now, the one thing I remember is that we were working out, and she likes when she counts. She always counts too, which I like. Something, don't think about it.
Right.
And then I thought we were almost done, and she was like, "Go 5 more," and I go, kind of gave her a look at her. Those last 2 weren't any good.
Yes, all the time. Yes. Like I count in my head. I try not to count, but I count in my head anyway.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, okay, last 2. And I'm like, no, we were done. And I stopped saying it because I know apparently 2 of them couldn't have counted because they weren't good.
Right.
She'll
So
say, I want quality.
Yes.
I want quality. And I'm like, oh.
Quality over quantity all the time.
Or she tells you how many you're gonna do. She's like, yeah, well, let's shoot for 10. And I'm like, all right, I got 10.
Yeah.
And then she says, I in my head I know I've hit 10. And she's like, okay, 5 more. And I'm like, what just happened here? She's like, oh, those 10 were too easy. You needed to challenge yourself.
And here I am. Are we done yet?
Yeah, so there's definitely a way of working out and just going through the motions, getting those reps in. And there's a difference when you're actually tuning into your body and feeling those muscles engage as you're doing the exercise. There's a difference. Then you're actually training to become stronger, to become more fit than just like, oh, I'm just here. I'm here to show up, do the work, and I guess I'll get results. Like that's what they tell me. Or like that's what you hear in society or mainstream. So I guess 3 key points, I think it will be 3 that I want to reiterate, is like carbs are not bad. Eat your carbs to sustain your progress, to fuel your training. So there's a way to have more carbs if you need it or less. So I guess adjust accordingly to your training program. 2, I would say lay off the cardio. You don't need as much cardio as you think you do. And the 3rd one is don't be afraid to eat more than those 1,200 calories when you're trying to diet, or seeing a number that's above 2,000. Because if you're training like an athlete, you gotta eat like an athlete as well to fuel your training. So I would say those are 3 points that I see misrepresented in the media or by other people. So anything else you guys like to mention before we wrap this up?
I like the newsletter that you send out. And it's like reminders to ourselves to get a grip. Make sure you get a grip on your life. So I like that.
Does that resonate with you?
It does.
In what way?
I'm getting a grip on my life, and then it reminds me I have a training coming up. So.
They're also very personal too.
Yes.
All of your newsletters are very personal. It seems something maybe you have personally gone through or experienced, or somebody that you've been working with has gone through an experience, and you're relating it, and it's very relatable to all kinds of different life situations. I think regardless of age too.
Yeah, we got here Mike, retired, and then we got new young people, and then people in the middle of life. So all ages here. There's training for everybody here at Grip Life. So if you need to get a grip on your life, on your fitness, finances, or relationships, do check out the website www.grip-life.com. I'm Naira Oliva saying stay fit, stay healthy, and
Get
a grip on your life.